What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. The market is going so crazy. Can it take a chill pill? This is like my fourth, fifth day in a row doing Market Watch. 2 Market Watches of information pressed into one. I'll try to keep it in a timely manner, but it's so hard at this point. The Mention Force has been spilling out. We know half of the secret rares. People are asking me what I think the Therion secret rare Earth guy will be at, and we don't know. The value spread missing half the secrets. What will the T-Rex be? What are the Starlights as well? Because that matters when vendors are cracking open cases. And what's the import Starlight? Like, we don't have the big picture, right? We're missing a lot of ultras. We're missing a lot of secrets, but tons of hype from last night. And then the YCS regional scene. You have a YCS in Mexico today, and people topping all these regionals, crazy stuff happening. Yeah, the market is just on another level. So let's start with Yu-Gi-Oh! Daily pre-sales. Code What's Good 5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly. Everyone was letting me know they're up last night during the stream, and they uploaded it right before I started streaming, so I couldn't include it in yesterday's video. But they do have ghost rares cheaper than everyone. The owners let me know their Dark Magician Girl Ghost are flying at the price range that it was at. I think they upped it like $50, by the way. And then you have like Blue Eyes White Dragon at 400. At first I was very impressed, but I've noticed this is starting to bottom out even on TCG player pre-sales, which is eyebrow raising. While they're still $80 cheaper than over there and cheaper than anyone else that has done pre-sales, I start to question, are we like on Blue Eyes fatigue? Blue Eyes, the Charizard of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, so many versions of it that people could actually, even with a legendary ghost version, be kind of tired of it. Let me know in the comment section down below. I know there's tons of DM era people griping and, oh, not Blue Eyes and Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician again. Why is it always Yugi? I've got a different argument for that when it comes to cover cards and core sets and all that, but I do get they get a lot of shots, especially with the Megatons, right? Then you have Red Eyes in third. You have Cyber Dragon at just 200, but Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon behind. Finally, a vendor that gets me. I've been saying that I feel like even as a Blue Eyes collectible, Cyber Dragon should be ahead in pre-sales. And why'd you do my boy Tamias at just 100, a penny under $9.99? Of course, code What's Good 5 for 5% off, and to support the channel directly will make it even cheaper. And with reports that the ghost pulls are up closer to over double, like that, closer to 3 per case from the EU, waiting to hear case ratios from the US. I understand why, because you saw the bottom out of ghosts from last year. You have an icon like Firewall down towards $50, right? Like, you could see a lot of these falling out to under half, but some of them really sticking up and getting really hard to get, like Dark Magician Girl Ghost. Looking through how they're pricing out the bottom end, though, after really slashing the ghost prices versus a lot of people, I love the look of the deck cores. They have the agent deck over here, smartly priced around 3 structure decks, and you get 3 of everything. Now, you're not getting awesome reprints, but fully foiled out cards versus people over here on TCG Player trying to charge $8 alone for Hyperion, so 3 of those would run you $24 on their own, and with my code, I believe that's down to $28.50. And then looking through also, I was hyping this up a lot last night. They had it at $12.99, bumped it up understandably so. Their Vision Hero deck core at just $15. Not too long ago, Ferrison increased. Playsets of those alone were running $210+, and now we're seeing it all available with other cards for $15. That is a super nice look. But how they're pricing it up on the other end, Hulk at 12 is above where Gamer's Choice started under and pushed up towards 10, so I think Gamer's Choice is still cheaper there on that card. Heat Soul is where Gamer's Choice bumped it up to at $9.99, and Aluber is where Gamer's Choice bumped it up to at $20.99 or $29.99. They started it at $25, if I recall, and learned, whoa, we're running out of them real fast, and had to up it in price. But I feel like Daily is excelling on these deck cores, slashing ghost prices, and then on the lower end, the cheapest Galaxy Soldier I've seen yet at $2.99. Boral End also at $6.99, the price from before Gamer's Choice, pumping it up. So a lot of friendly competition looking between the sponsors, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Daily definitely bringing it here as well. And Kluger at just $2.50 is also a super nice look up for a card tons of people have been waiting for. So Ghosts from the Past, yes, a ton of this will get ripped open. Singles, it'll be very competitive, but if you don't want to wait and want to go for something like the Agent deck core right now, or especially the Vision Hero deck core, which may be a tad underpriced, I would think about getting that today from Yu-Gi-Oh! Daily. Also, sponsored shout out that we have Tapio Cards doing Metal Field Center / tokens, and the new token release is super nice. I love the fluff off tokens. Code the What's Good 5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly will work here as well. These look amazing, especially if you're playing an Edison or you're going for past formats and you're using Dandelion. This is awesome. And then many Mare tokens. It's so cute. You get 3 of these for just 50. Code the What's Good 5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly will knock it down even further, though. I love their work on these tokens. They also have Adventure. They have Sword Soul if you're meta players right now, but the Yugi Boomer in me is pretty happy with those. Now, Dimension Force leaked out, causing hype. That is nothing new, right? We get reveals that are semi-decent. Oh, it's not Warrock 2.0. We see a huge price spike. I did tell you guys, $3 Geek Boys seemed pretty good, and they're already over double that. They're $6 to $7. They're selling at that rate right now as well. You can see tons of sales rates at 6+ right now into the hype, and that's because the new Libromancer, you reveal a ritual monster, you special him, and then you grab any Libromancer monster. So specialing him, and you already have a ritual monster, you get Geek Boy, reveal the same ritual, summon Geek Boy, go get a Libromancer spell. And with that, also you see the other ultras from this set starting to sell. You have First Appearance and Doombroker running out of quantities, going up in price slowly, but still very affordable right now. So be aware that's where the hype is from. All but one of their cards was revealed right now, but estimated value pulled. We don't know everything about the set, so we'll have to wait and see more reveals before really piecing up and pricing things this early. Also, speaking of the revealed Therion, Secret Rare ABC Dragon Buster has been creeping up, but it's starting to go a bit faster here, and you see the lowest are now near $9. Plenty of people starting to grab it the other day. Absoluter Dragon. This is one of those cases of like, Dragon Link is a decent deck, right? But then you had the Rocket, I'm gonna go have to look, aren't I? Wait, I got it. Tracer. Rocket Tracer got a reprint in Gold Series, and this super rare has been spiking really hard, and it's that value replacement, right? Like I was talking about in Dual Overload, where I think Auroradon will probably end up replacing Halka Fibrax. Not a financial advisor channel. I don't know the future, but we see these trends a lot of times where this card now has replaced the value that used to be in the structure deck from Tracer. Just a straight swap of this is now the harder thing to get from this deck because it hasn't been reprinted for Dragon Link yet. So that's what's happening with Absoluter Dragon. Tracer got its reprint. Totally Awesome is getting totally crazy, especially for those gold letter rares that I warned you about. And Splight is really making itself known in the OCG. I played against it for the first time last night, and the resource advantages, the gameplay it has, it truly is crazy and on another level, and I get why people are freaking out about it. It's not quite tier 0 yet, though. It's a very strong tier 1 at the moment, and it could take over to be tier 0. People have a right to freak out overall. Cat Shark also, I told you guys about this card, and yo, thanks for following the channel. We see that it is around $11 at this point lowest. It was near like 16 to 20, so it's falling back out just a tad versus what the only listings were at, but you can see the sales consistently going up, and now people buying it at 11 with only one printing ever out of Premium Gold, Return of the Bling. That is an old set. Token Collectors being argued a lot versus Ghost Ogre. It is seeing a ton of play on the format on top of it. Good against Adventure Token, good against Sword Soul tokens, and now you see the commons even starting to run out of total quantities, and it is a solidly priced card. So this card going up in price right now, you can either take advantage and sell or be aware that you have some money that you didn't know you had. And if you're in the hunt for this, that's why it's its value. It is seeing a lot of play against some very good decks right now. Power Tool Dragon revealed support. What good equips exist? Everybody always goes to the Bamboo Engine. I have so many of these from bulk. It is crazy. They are around $7 to $8 right now, and this has happened for this card before, going back down to $2 over time. And I see that the golden bamboo swords, I called this a penny stunk out of Shadows in Valhalla long ago when it dropped. It is also starting to trend upwards towards $2 right now, and that's Also getting to be an old reprint at this point. Isn't that crazy? Exo Sisters, they are starting to perform a bit, and the OCG, and people are buying out those collector rares. They got new support through core sets, and I may have underestimated this deck. And if you call it waifu tax, I want you to look at these cards. That's not waifu tax. No, like, you know how Ray's 13? You stop that and do not call it waifu tax in the comment section. But the collector rares, they are selling out, and they are going up in price, as are the ultras starting to get eyed, but they're very cheap right now. So you might want to get your ultras sooner than later if you're considering them. I would definitely think about going ahead while they are cheaper out of a side set. Now, Grand Creators, of course, opened a lot for the adventure tokens, but if you're truly thinking about playing this deck, it could be that live twin effect where it goes up way more than its price really ever should have demanded, and then live twins now are being talked about for Splight, right? You might actually see them in action on a larger scale. I mentioned the bottoming out of the Starlight market and how we have trash Starlights again, but on the other side of it, the top-end Starlights are spiking a lot, and like the Ghost Girls recently got a ton of buyouts, the Charmers collectible set together are starting to spike very hard for their Starlights. $500 for the Light Charmer with actual sales in the range. Dark, I knew spiked to $350, but I thought might chill out. No, you do see somebody listed some at cheaper, but tons of sales in this $350, $369, $350, $375 range. It is consistently selling very well out of Battle of Chaos, even without that waifu tax. Area the Water Charmer is a couple of buys away from being a $900 card. It's crazy. And Win, the most expensive one of them all, saw a couple sales earlier in the month at up to $1,000, and now the lowest on-market Euro print is $2,500. It is getting crazy on the top end Starlight market. We see Apollosa going and actually getting a recent sale to where the lowest are 1,500s for her. Effect Veiler seeing play in the formats. Now, this card is around 780, 800, quickly goes towards 900 as well, with actual sales up in that 850. It's crazy out here how the Starlights are going. And Ulti Veiler, to note, people argue this is definitely the max rarity, but it can be pretty flimsy. The Unlimiteds are near 320 at this point, and this plays into past formats, of course, for Time Wizard. And we see some other near mint listing first editions near $500. It is crazy out here for the high-end Starlight market, but also the cards that are comparable, you might want to take a look around at them. And then Masquerena, no replacement, but you do have that altar art. It is $1,200 for a Starlight of her at this point because all the $1,000 ones sold. So yeah, the top-end Starlight market is really churning right now and going crazy. When the Starlight market began, modern collectibles, I was like, I don't know about this, but it does seem pretty good overall. Oh, it is just going and splitting again in different ways that I didn't necessarily see fully happening. I did predict that the top end would split away and we would get junk Starlights again as 5%. There was no way that, slowly we wouldn't begin to see junk Starlights, but I didn't think the top end would adapt this rapidly and this, crazily against it. And then finally, the Masterpiece Blue Eyes. Talking about bloated Blue Eyes prices, remember when these were selling for $5,000 pretty consistently? Well, a lot of people are settling for $4,000 now. I saw somebody in a group selling at $3,500. It seems like people are running from these a little, and I can't blame you if you got in, early on $1,000, triple up for $3,000. But a lot of people ended up spending $4,000-$5,000, and now seeing it start to slowly creep under that, and a lot of people spent that $5,000. There are, first off, 2,000 of these, by the way. The EU ones are marked EU on the back, so it was released in two places, two full runs of 1,000, and it is crazy how these top-end collectibles get so much hype, and then sometimes just trail down before something even crazier happens, or they just continue to go kind of into obscurity. I just don't think this looks that good in person. The glam looks amazing, but in person, I'm not a fan, and I love my Yu-Gi-Oh! Collectibles. That being said, thanks for watching today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. I know there's just so much to keep up. I'm trying to do a timely pace with these videos, and some of you guys say you like the longer ones. Some people say they don't. It's so hard to keep up at this point. It's crazy out here.